She Was Pretty is about a girl who pretty much used to be pretty when she was young, and when she got older, she got freckles and she had curly hair, and for some reason that deemed her unpretty. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another review on the Review Garden. She had a best friend growing up, um, who, for some reason, they ended up parting ways. And when they parted ways, like they all used to live in the same neighborhood. All their families were rich, but when after the boy moved away, her family, something happened and they didn't have as much money as before. But she also had a female best friend, um and they used the boy and the girl used to keep in contact, but for some reason she stopped writing to him, and so on. So, fast forward to current times when, you know, she had an image of him in her head, which he used to be like nerdy. He used to wear glasses. He used to be a little chubby. And she used to be like gorgeous, right? So when he emailed her out of nowhere and was like he's coming to Korea and that they should meet up, she she goes to meet him, but when her she saw some guy who would look exactly like his past self, right? But it wasn't him. Now it's almost like they did a switcheroo. So when she actually saw what he looked like, she got, flustered. And, she was like, they were talking on the phone and she was like, "Yeah, I'm right here." And he just walked right past her. So he had an image of her in his head as well. So he thought that she was this gorgeous looking girl that was on the phone right next to her, right? So when that happened, she felt really bad. So she started hiding, right? Then she got her other best friend, so the female best friend from that time, which Hari, so her name is Hari. Um, she also knew him from back then, but she kept calling him like the chubby kid, right? So because Hari is like quote gorgeous, she's like she should go meet up with him instead, and then just tell him like, hey, she's going abroad and abroad tomorrow, and that would be the end of that, right? Okay, so the story continues, is the fact that she finally was able to get a job, which this is what kind of thinged me, because she was like she couldn't meet him because her life wasn't great at the moment, because she didn't have a job. Da, da, da. But when Hattie went to go meet him, she told Ari to tell him like, "Hey, she's going out of town. She's going abroad to study. So why couldn't you just meet him and say you went that you're currently a student or whatever, right?" So here's more to the story. So he comes back to Korea because he's the new deputy editor for the Korean version of, well, the Korean line of a magazine, right? And then she finally gets a job into this building. Now, she's in the management section and they're giving her all this stuff to go do, and she ends up going up to where the magazine is. And one person asked her to do something and she did a really good job. So then someone else asked her to do it. And someone else asked her to do something and she's like, why should I do it? Because I don't technically work here. So everybody's just like scrambling, scrambling. So they thought that she worked there. But in reality, she didn't. So since she did a good job, one of the people pushed for her to get hired and come spend 3 months um, with the magazine, right? And the person who promoted, who gave such a nice word for her, was um, this other reporter, right? Because he met her before and he kind of likes her, and he likes that he could easily scare her and that he could easily do whatever, right? So when she gets hired there, the first day that she comes is the first day that in walks the new deputy director. And who it is, it's the person that she lied to. So her friend from a long time ago, right? So during all this time, and as they proceed, blah, 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 he gets so mad at her because she's not really good at the job, right? So it's a fashion magazine. So when he's telling her to like get this, get that, she doesn't know what it is. And she's like, she hasn't had time to learn the stuff. And he's like, it's not anyone else's job to help you, you know, learn the stuff. You have to do it on your own. And and the whole time I'm watching this, I'm like, you are roommates with someone who uses these products. So the whole time that her family's poor, like the other girl is still rich. Like her father is providing her with stuff. But she also has, I'm going to say, an evil stepmother. So every time the evil stepmother comes to her and makes her feel bad and keeps saying stuff about her mom. And I'm like, what are you doing? In the beginning, I thought it was because her mom passed away or whatever, but the mom is alive and the mom just ran away to another country. So, but anyway, back to the fact that the two of them are best friends, and she could have done this from the beginning if, I think, like a month went by before she actually got a makeover. Everybody in the, like, even the actual editor, she was like, you're the magazine is called The Most, right? So they're like, you have to be the most. So even she was telling her like, you are not the most. Like you're not carrying yourself as the most. You're not wearing designer outfits. You don't have makeup on. You don't. Your hair is like curly. Like we get that that's your personality, but in order for you to work here, you need to have like the most, right? So, I'm like, you have a roommate who's the mostest, right? So you could just go ask her for help. And it wasn't like deep down into the episodes. Like I think like episode 8 or something, 8 or 9, that she got a makeover. And I'm like, use your resources. You have someone right next to you who could teach you how to apply makeup and teach you the brand names, teach you all of that. But you waited until like everybody kept bullying you about it to go to like take advantage of who you had right next to you, right? And even though, she was working there and she had the same name as his, his middle school crush, I will say, because it wasn't high school. I think it was the elementary school, as his elementary school crush. Like, I think that's why he also did not like her, is because um she had her name, quote, because even though they were working in the same place, she never revealed her identity, right? And because he thought that Harry was his elementary school crush. So that's why he didn't like question it, right? He just thought it was a common name. So that pissed him off even more. And I think there was one point when he did tell her, like, you're putting this name to shame, or something like that. But after she started like improving herself and, you know letting down the walls, I could say, he started liking her because she reminded him of his young friend, right? But this whole time he's still seeing Hari, right? Because he ran into her at the hotel, and instead of this girl just like pushing him away, she keeps seeing him. So, and she keeps going out on a date with him, and she doesn't tell her best friend that, hey, I'm seeing him. He knows I'm not studying abroad. He knows I'm here. I keep running into him. But she liked him. So, and she started having feelings for him. And I'm like, that's so wrong. So then, the main lead, she finds out about it. And you could tell, like, she really loves her friend. And um, she didn't like go to her friend and like, how could you do this to me? You knew I had a huge crush on him since I was young. Like, she didn't do that. She just was just like, I'm gonna wait until she comes to me and tells me what's going on and what happened. And I'm just like, okay. And she still didn't tell the guy the truth. He only found out because he went to the hotel and saw her face there, and there was a different name under her face, right? So then he called out her name, and that's when she turned around, and that's how he found out. So then he was like, okay, well, who's the real person, right? Who's the real person that I'm searching for? That's what I want to know. And he was like, is it who I think it is? And she was like, yeah. And then that's when they like, got back together. He ran to her, blah, blah, blah. So the story itself, it was good. I feel like from beginning to end, they really like they really showed, what am I trying to say? So they went, like, they actually told a really thorough story. In the 16 episode, they had time to experiment and add more to the end. I mean, even in the end of the thing, they showed you them being married and having a child that ends up, I think maybe like 4 years old, that looks exactly like her with the curly hair and the freckles. So I thought that was good. And they kind of touched on everybody towards the end, like how much they're progressing. And even Ari, her story, even though she had a rich dad, but the dad focused more on his new family. And like, even though he helped her get certain things, but he would treat her like crap because would, I don't know, like he slapped her because she told the other lady, like, don't say bad things about my mom. And, you know, he took the other lady's side, and she's like, well, I thought, the person that should say sorry is the person that's wrong. And, but, you know, he ended up coming to apologize. And then he started taking, like, giving her more respect. Like when he used to be with Ari, he never told his wife like that's where he was. But then towards the end, he was like, I'm with her, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So it made Ari feel more appreciated. And everybody else who was in the magazine. And even in the magazine, you had like two giant reveals, right? Because there were three guys there, but each of them, but you know, there was something big about two of them. So, watching the show, and even though it's like an easy flowing show, they still had like um the reveal. Oh my gosh. Like, are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, this is hilarious, right? So I thought that was good. It's a really classic um show. This was my second time watching it. It came out in 2015, so it's still like a good show that you can watch over and over again. I would rate this show a 10. It's a really fun, lighthearted drama that you can watch, like I said, over and over again. And it's easy going from beginning to end. Obviously, certain parts are going to be, you know, um, sad, fill you with tears, fill you with laughter, fill you with joy. So it's you could watch it at any time, and I'm probably gonna watch it again. It was just that good. So this is one of my top dramas. And this wraps up our journey on the Review Garden. Thank you for joining me today as we explored this drama. If you enjoyed this reaction and review, please remember to subscribe for more insightful videos. Don't forget to like this video and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your feedback helps our channel grow. As always, I'm truly grateful for your support and for joining me on this journey on the Review Garden. Until next time, and happy listening. Bye.